Yep,
Uh,
right about to do the intro.
good, good, good. Motherfucking number one.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Captain Valen, here today as Seto, the divine soul rogue, sorcerer hybrid of awesomeness. I am here with these motherfuckers.
Hello, stream. I am what they like to call motherfucking number one. I am Mike. I play Steve, the Furblog Druid.
I am motherfucking number two. My name is Zoe. I play Walden, the Warforged Barbarian, slash Ranger.
Hi, I'm Sage, and I'm the final motherfucker today. I am the DM of this campaign, A Hills Have Bones. Last week, and luckily we're all up to date with it, we are in the Warforged factory. Walden, Seto, and Liza crashed their way in and then snuck up on some ghasts who they slaughtered, rightfully so. The ghasts were wearing Warforged scraps as armor, holding a small amount of defense to their beastly undead state. They continued into the factory where they found Dr. Nicola, was it? Nikolai's? Anyway, it was the doctor that had made Walden. They found his notes on a desk and also a room which may have been an improvised study for him, as well as one of Walden's fallen comrades from long ago, from the last day of Walden's memory. We pushed further in as a group, with Jorg joining the party, as we entered into the main section of the factory, confronting a slave master, I think is the easiest way to put it. Forced interns. We confronted them, and as he was hiding among the ranks, Seto shot out and killed one of the peasants for refusing to answer. And heeding that time was of the essence, the mage in the middle decided to sever the feet of everyone as his gig was clearly up. We return back into the room with multiple Warforged on pedestals, which we'll investigate potentially very soon. And if I remember correctly, the last thing that was heard from the mouth of the mage in the middle was, "Well, we're not a chair of honor, you know." Before I think we kablowed him in the face. Um,
I believe
we'll
we're
address.
beginning with a kaplow.
We're beginning with a kablow.
Yes.
We'll slightly address Steve, who, upon passing in the middle, on Jorg's pathway, saw that Martha had awoken, and Gruta, who was on her way back to see her, and gather a few of the others to meet in the safe spot, has got Lucred with him. Both of you are aware that Yen and the other goblins have gone to a safe place with Martha. You know where that safe place is. And you will be coming into the factory, not actually knowing what's happening, but hearing a loud kerfuffle at the back. I would say that the point that you've entered the factory, because you cross paths with Jorg, and you managed to catch up to those travelers, I would say if I could have a charisma, just general save from Steve to see how he does at calming down those civilians to start with. Yeah, so you managed to kind of beg them into both being a bit calmer and not telling anyone about what's happening. They seem pretty frightened, they're easy to sway. And as you're going, you see Luke on the way and you head back to the factory. You hear the gunshot most likely first and are aware that there's some kind of kerfuffle at the back. And then we'll go back to the team on the onslaught with Liza, Jaw, Walden, and Seto, and come back to Steve once we've had a few rounds of initiative. So because you're going straight for the kablam, I think probably roll initiative now. But I would say you get a surprise round because although he can see you, I don't think he'd expect you to just go straight mid-sentence kablam.
Oh man, I really hope I go first, but I don't think I will.
Well,
Wait, is my
Seto
initiative-
is more at this point because people frown upon his initial action. He has like waiting for whatchamacallit. So I would essentially, regardless of my roll, be holding my turn for Wally's action. And then follow that. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Fair enough.
Steve, if you could also roll initiative.
but I mean I'll roll,
Boy.
but yeah.
I don't see the initiative tracker on the screen.
Oh shit. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I had to do that. There you go.
Oh, good. It's
And
there.
then highlight myself. Respectable.
We both rolled the same. You just have a much better initiative.
That makes sense.
I did
follow
not
your
choose
move.
this path. I did not choose this path.
Oh, nice. Oh man.
I think I can actually make this do its thing properly, which is very interesting to me. Because normally when you've got like turns, they're harder to work out.
I changed my whole character sheet to like Seto's current predicament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, that's good to know. D&D Beyond will actually link up NPC tokens.
Hey, that's sexy.
Hey.
Yeah, right. I did not think it was gonna let me do that. Right. Okay. So we start the round with Steve. You can move whatever movement you want to, wherever you want to, but it is your turn first.
Nothing else is happening. I'm gonna assume that, like, I don't hear anything happening right now.
I think
Well,
you
the last
definitely
thing I-
would have like. I think the point you came in would probably be like just because we did go through a fair amount. So I think you'd come in just as the peasants' ankles separated from their bodies. So
They
you
were
probably would
defeated.
hear. They
Oh,
were,
was
yeah,
screaming.
yeah.
So I would hear peasants screaming.
I believe you probably would, yeah. I think you'd have heard that even if you were just outside the factory, in fairness.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in the general direction of peasants screaming.
That's
Which
fair.
20 feet?
You could go by cubes on this. I don't know if the arrow is accurate, but the cubes are. And it's
I'm
5 foot per cube.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Only 20
That's what I
feet? What's
got.
your movement speed?
See you in a year, guys.
So your walking speed is only 20 feet?
How?
I think so.
No, you have to have at least 30
I don't think
minimum.
So yeah,
It's been a hot second. Where do I find this out?
It's on your character sheet. It's right next to proficiency bonus.
Right? Proficiency is languages?
No, proficiency bonus. Right next to that. We're at the top.
A walking 30.
30. So,
so
and also,
it
you
goes
can
slightly
use an
more.
action to dash, which gives you another of your walking speed. So you can go up to 60.
Would I dash? I feel like I would probably dash.
It's a lot of scream. Like people are literally screaming like their feet are being chopped off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Let's do that as my action.
yep, that's cool. Have you got a bonus action you need to use? Or
Um, I guess I could hand trip. I'll shillelagh up.
cool. Yeah, so you cast Shillelagh on your club, and you are ready to potentially help some peasants. Um, the first to respond to the lack of ankles is actually Liza, but seeing this kind of like gesture to go for the gun from Seto, and almost this hesitation in his hand, um, which Liza's picked up that Seto seems to do what they feel, regardless of whether they think it first. And seeing this thought before feeling, um, I'm gonna say that Liza actually cast something a little bit different to just full on offensiveness. And goes for hold on. A spell called Haste, which she gives to Walden.
Oh, that's so
Um,
perfect, and you don't even know.
So
Nice.
yep, they cast haste. I think if I put it there, it'll come on to the thing. But they do that onto Walden. And I'm gonna say they don't move and they hold fast, but I think they would put their hand on Walden's shoulder in a kind of like comforting way where they give that slight squeeze that isn't painful but lets you know that they don't mind touching you. Like, you know, when people seem anxious to touch you and their hug isn't a real hug.
Right.
This isn't that. This is this confirmation of I'm comfortable with you, and I hope you get through. And that's Liza's turn. Seto.
So
Again, I wait for Wally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you hold your turn. And that will be, I'm gonna move Luke, but that will be Walden.
Okay, so Walden has been like Walden went into the factory like deeply angry and upset, and like since Walden got here, things have only gotten worse. Like the fucking necro soldiers, whatever the fuck's up with that, the like essentially the corpse of one of my friends in this study room, uh this kind of like connection to my old life that like has been like something that I've been almost kind of running from a little bit, that's kind of smack dab in my face. And then trying to like disarm this situation and help these people that are clearly being preyed upon, and then suddenly like in Walden's mind, Walden knows that like they can't help these peasants. They don't know how to heal. They don't know how to, do any kind of medicine. So in Walden's mind, like he just killed all these people he'd been preying on. And Walden gets that like little squeeze, and like there's this like haste, and Walden was already in a rage, but uh I'm assuming you're allowing me to kind of keep my rage from before. It hasn't been a
Um,
hasn't because it sustains if as long as I attack every turn. Well,
this
no,
is
there
a
was
really
there was a period
fucked
of
up.
time.
This is a really fucked up ruling. But I'm gonna say because you did take psychic damage, and it isn't just if you attack, it's also if you're damaged.
Right.
And you did take psychic damage in between while walking through from those constitution saves. I'm actually going to allow it because of that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I'm still in that rage, and I I just kind of like Walden just kind of like bellows out this like scream, this like, ah! But like on the edges of it, there's this like metallic like tinniness. It's like in like corruption, almost like if when like your audio driver starts to break. Like it's just like this like robotic kind of like tinniness that surrounds the scream as Walden just sprints forward. Weapon's not even out. Like dashes forward, uses the haste action to dash, runs 30 feet here, grabs the dude around his waist, picks him up, and keeps running, slamming him into the wall.
Nice.
I want to crash him right through these, just straight line into this wall.
Right. So I'm gonna say the roll for that will be twofold. One will be athletics to be able to carry him over there across all those kind of bits around. Like you see how there's like the statues and like the bodies. I'm gonna say athletics for that aspect, and then normal grapple rolls to be able to do it to him. Yeah.
Cool. I am raged, so I get advantage because
Yes.
athletics is a strength check. So
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. It's just that would be the skill, so that's what you roll.
cool. Oh, it was fucking crooked in the simulation on the thing. Oh my, it's faded. I can't show, but that's ridiculous. It should have been a 17, but a 17 plus 6, but that's fine. Okay, so it was athletics and then grapple, which is a strength contest.
It is contested strength. I will open roll this. He has a -1 to strength.
Okay.
So even if he crits, in theory, it wouldn't actually matter.
A lot better on that one.
A 14 does not make it. You plow into this mysterious mage, mumbling about a chair of honor. You knowing how much not just yourself and your kindred around you have gone through for this city to only traumatize and harm you, and also it seems its citizens, because of how you got to know people like Lucred and Gruta and Yen and the goblins. You see nothing but pain coming from this place now, in a place that was deeply rooted to protect the civilians. And somehow this mysterious mage seems to embody the corruption that's grown and the rot that has spread. Not just in the respect that right to the bitter end, he's this grumbly, grumpy piece of shit, but in the way that life had no meaning to him, that the most painful thing imaginable, he just did with the flick of his wrist to people that probably meant nothing to him, people who never needed to be there in the first place. And you barge and barrel into him with the force of several horses. You are in probably 1,000 horsepower robot at this stage as you lunge past everybody. All of these suits of armor that have pedestals symbolize your fallen brethren as you crush him into the wall, have him by the neck, but rather than choking him out in a chokehold, your hand is so large around his neck that you are actually grappling him with one hand, like in the collarbone region, and then using your other hand to hold his wrists together so he can't cast. You have pretty much taken this dude out of combat. I'm gonna say roll me a d10 for smashing damage.
Okay. It's a 6. I have a +3 to strength if you want to add that.
Yep, cool. So he does take that would be 9.
Yeah.
Do you get you would get the rage bonus though, right?
Right. So that's another +2.
So 11.
Yeah.
Cool. So he takes 11 damage. You see him like lose a tooth just from the sheer force of ramming his skull against stuff. And he kind of barely even looks at you. Like his neck is just like forcing him to look up. I'm gonna say because he isn't dead, that's your turn. Is that okay? Or do you have
Well,
something
I
else?
have my bonus action still because
Okay,
I had
then
the
you
two
yeah.
actions from haste, which I'm assuming the first action was because that was I
Yeah,
was over
that's fine.
here, that's
Mhm.
60 feet, so I would have had to dash. So then the other one was the grapple attack, and then there's the bonus action, which will be me activating my rage effect, which
Yep.
will deal another 3 fire damage.
Okay. I that doesn't quite take him out yet.
Cool.
Steve, it is your turn.
Actually, it's my turn.
Oh,
Remember,
you're holding for yeah,
because
sorry,
I
my
waited
bad.
for
Thank you.
Wally. And
Okay.
Seto's like, "You want I should turn the off button, or you got it handled up there?"
I don't know if Walden can really hear you.
Um,
I think Walden's just like because like Walden's whole thing, Walden on their next turn is going to be repeatedly smashing this guy
Yeah,
into the wall over and over.
in my head, I just see like Seto holstering the gun and just like smiling because this is what he wanted to get for Wally. You know what I mean? Like his whole purpose was like to help Wally get to this point and beyond. You know what I mean? So he just he puts his gun away and just kind of enjoys Wally's catharsis.
All right.
Okay. Then it would be Steve.
Right. I'm gonna move from where I is to move near, and I can't see what's going on, so I'm just gonna stand there.
I would say at
Grab the
that
dash.
point in the I would say at that point of the corner, although in the map there's like a direct right angle, I don't think the actual building would have that level of sharp corner. Because a lot of these buildings are built out of the cliff faces. So I think you probably would be able to just about see Walden. You could definitely see Liza. Jorg, you probably can't see. Seto is probably not as visible. Maybe a little visible then.
The first thing I see is two peasants without feet.
But that you definitely do see, yes. Actually, one of them is shot and one of them doesn't have feet.
One of them is shot.
You're muted.
Right.
This one has no feet. This one has no back of the head.
So this one has no back of the head, but has both feet.
Yes.
And this one is short of foot.
Short of feet. Yes.
Both feet.
Overall.
Both feet.
feet.
Everybody
I thought
lost
it was
both
just one
feet.
foot they took.
No,
Oh,
no,
shit.
no. It was both.
Oh. I assume they both look very dead.
I would say the one without brains probably looks more dead.
But I probably can't tell if the other one is dead or not.
Would the other one be savable by Steve?
Probably not, but I don't think I would know that yet.
If you have Lester Restoration,
Don't, but I don't.
You would need lesser restoration, which I would allow.
That won't stop me from trying, but I think that this is the end of my turn right now. Or you know what? No, that's the end of my turn.
It's Liza's turn.
Final answer.
Fair enough. Gosh. I think I'm gonna roll a perception check. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say Liza doesn't notice Steve. However, I think seeing that Walden hasn't just literally like barrier like just walloping because Walden isn't doing that absolute intensity into into this mage. I think she's going to conjure Tensa's floating disc. Yeah. And just to show you what this is, it's a circular horizontal plane of force, 3 feet in diameter and 1 inch thick, and can hold up to 500 pounds. And Liza starts putting the bodies on this disc so that there's a carryable way to group them together, because they probably deserve to be moved out of this place. And carrying this many bodies is not easy. So she does that.
York helps with that.
We're not gonna for now, just because they're not here. Yeah. But yeah, so Liza does that, and she, like, does her best to kind of respectfully Jenga these people onto this disc, to start trying to move them into a burial place. She hasn't known you guys long enough to really take initiative in what to do. So she's just trying her best. Seto, that is your turn. You're muted.
Yeah, Seto kind of just takes a few steps forward and is like, that was one doozy of a spell you threw on our boy. Really helping them getting all that ick out and onto someone that deserves it. And kind of looks over. It's like, oh, yeah, Steve. And kind of just waves.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna...
goes back to watching Wally.
Okay. Because everyone's kind of leaving this to Wally, I'm going to end initiative.
Okay.
Just because I don't feel like it makes sense to roleplay in initiative order. So Liza continues to kind of do her best to respectfully Jenga these people as you guys start to confront this mage. As you see Lucrid and Steve enter the passageway.
I'm just gonna go at this dude until he dies. I'm fully in that. I will not even register anything else until this guy's dead.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out like what the fuck happened here. And I guess what is in this room, what these things are, what the fuck this thing is. Like, because I still have no idea what the fuck is going on in this.
So Steve,
What?
you look very confused as we shift attention onto Walden, who is holding this mysterious mage man by the throat bone. And he kind of responds gutturally to you. Although you're barely able to take in your surroundings enough to hear him, you can't stop him.
Talking to me?
Walden.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said, although you're barely taking in your surroundings right now, the man beneath your hands, still kind of barely able to perceive you, says, "You can't stop him."
Okay. Wallen's too far in it. Like I of course would like try to get more information. Walden's too far in it. Walden like I will at this point go to like just fucking finish this guy. Like either like snap his neck or like just like rip off his head or something. Just like full brutality kill this man.
Roll me strength with advantage.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Would you like to describe how you sever this man's spine from his body?
Okay, so I've crashed him and embedded him like kind of in the wall and then smashed him a couple of times already. So like I will as after he says that, there is like a moment of like pause, but it only causes the rage to build further, and I will uh I will grab his like leg and pull it up so that he's like horizontal in the air, and I will just grab and just rip until he just rips in half, and I'll toss both sides of him to either side.
As you bisect the man with your hands, you hear the most disgusting noises as not only his flesh tears, which seems oddly quieter than you'd expect, but his bones pop as nitrogen sacs are separated from each other. Roll me a wisdom save.
All right. Well, not great, but that's fair.
You are not able to uncloud your mind. You are still feeling your rage and the aura that surrounds your rage active. As the man's pieces fall into two separate sides of each other, you don't really perceive your fellow party people, but you do perceive a threatening aura coming from this golden statue over here. And that murderous intent draws you like a moth to a flame.
All right. So I'm sorry, my brain's not properly processing shit.
Mhm.
Okay, so my attention goes to the big armor.
Mhm.
Okay. I am just kind of like, I don't think I'll run. I think I will walk towards it slowly, just kind of like breathing heavy, still not fully paying attention to a lot of other things around me, but I will walk towards it.
Okay. We'll pass on to the rest of the party for a second and deal with this, the outcome of this in a sec. You guys, as you enter, Steve, you enter and watch Walden literally pull a man in parts, like in half. Like you've never witnessed something so brutal. You've come from a druid forest, like this is insane. Liza seems incredibly shocked too. Seto probably seems almost grateful Walden got to do it. I don't know how you'd process that, Steve. And Lucred seems to be completely unaware that that was possible.
Okay. What else do I perceive like in this room other than what has happened? Like, what do I understand? Like, what these things are? What the hell he's walking towards? Whatever the fuck this shit is.
None of us really got that far.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to figure out where the
Oh.
fuck I am and what's going on.
All right.
other than-
Well, at this point, it would be probably behoove someone to tell Steve about the necro soldiers. And
I assume that I probably saw those on the way in,
actually, they're like bunched up in the back.
right? I think I would have seen that.
You could have potentially seen that. They're a little out of the way, so like if you had looked in that room, you definitely would have seen them. But if you were just beeline straight,
Yeah, if you were booking ass like you were.
I
think
dashed
because-
from here to here. So
Yeah, I
maybe,
think-
maybe I didn't.
I think because you dashed both times, you probably didn't, because a dash is literally a full sprint.
Okay.
That's using all of your stuff to book ass. But either way, he like tells you, he's like, all right, so there's these undead wrapped in Wally's old clothes that we had to put down, and then we came in here, and there was a kerfuffle about everybody leaving, and then there was no option to leave, so Wally made the person pay the price, and he's getting a bit of that whatever is in there out, as you can see.
What the hell is he walking towards? What is going on? What is he doing? Why did he rip that? Okay. I just pointed at what he's walking towards. What the fuck is that?
That may be a problem. Settle said as he pulls his gun out. He's like, well, normally, uh, he's calmed down by now. When the last one goes, he comes back to us. Sure, the rage gets him. That's that's how he does. But this feels different. All of a sudden, yeah.
Can I like try to figure out what it is he's walking towards? I don't know if that's supposed to be like a Walden unit. What I can't tell.
So I think we'll shift back to Walden then. I was just checking if you were gonna um check out the peasants or anything, but because you're not doing
I'm
that.
gonna potentially try to stop Wally, depending on what he's walking towards.
Okay. I don't think you'd know. I don't think as a character, just like by just seeing it, you would know.
Okay.
So we'll shift back to Walden. Walden.
I'm gonna go like here-ish, I guess. This isn't a threat. I'm gonna help the turtle.
Walden, as the golden statue gives you this murderous intent, and you consumed by your rage of the past, approach it, you feel the bow on the back of your armor like burn.
Oh shit.
Like not on fire burn, like you feel the sensation it's burning you.
I'll grab my bow, and I'll pull it off my back, and if it starts to like burn my hand, I'll drop it. But
Roll
I'm
me
gonna
perception.
take it off my back right now and look at it.
Okay, roll me perception.
Ooh,
Ooh.
21.
Oh, sweet. Okay. As you pull it off your back, you notice that this feeling is whatever part of your like chassis it's touching. And you start to kind of look at it and like it starts pulling you out of your rage. The statue before you, you see its eyes were burning red, just the same as your rage. You start to feel a warmth from the statue, and you realize you're looking at the alpha model of the Walden series.
Oh.
And as its eyes start from going into this burning fiery red and start calming, you feel the presence of the bow start to calm you. And you realize that by forging your own path into being a ranger, you've started to change the destiny of the Walden units and started to pull them away from purely being units of rage. And as its eyes start to change into a blue tone flame, you realize that you could be able to harness the anger inside of you about this situation into a way that kind of matches the range of values you started to learn on your journey. You notice that the bow has tiny little eyes etched into it, and this is optional, but because you've gone through so many situations trying to approach it from either an intelligent or charismatic way, and because you've put the effort into changing your kind of roleplay style, I'm gonna say that I will let you change 2 of your stat points on your ability scores to either go into wisdom, intelligence, or charisma.
Oh shit.
So that you
damn.
can utilize being a ranger.
Good perception, Wally.
Right?
So okay, so that's like taking 2 from one stat, putting it in one of those.
Yeah, so you can either do that or you can gain a +1 on any of them.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you can either take any two and put them somewhere different, or you can take a 1 plus and not have any takeaways. But either way, I'm going to say that you can redistribute that many stats to reflect your ranger changing.
Okay.
Also, we are going to go into level 8 once we finish this dungeon process.
Oh, shitty.
So I'm just letting you know that now. You might not want to do anything right now, but because we're going to go through that, I'm letting you know it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I have a general idea of what I'm going to do. But
You guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You guys watch as this statue. To you guys, what you actually see is this statue very, very clearly has a bow on its back now. What that used to be an axe.
Whoa.
Walden doesn't seem to be surprised or confused by that. Walden seems to have calmed down. I think, Steve, you've got a high passive perception.
I'm getting that.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, so I think you would see that slightly. Seto. Oh, not yet. Everything okay? Okay, Seto, what's your passive insight or perception? Sorry? You're muted.
Passive perception is 17 and insight is 14.
Okay, so I think you would notice too with those kind of slightly like up there like passives. Walden was not calm until they've interacted with the statue, and now when the statue's axe has turned into a bow, you feel this sense of calm and relief come over Walden as well. And as this all kind of happens, Liza has managed to get the last of the peasants onto her disc, and Lucrid comes over to you and Steve and kind of nods knowingly.
Yeah. Seto's just kind of like really happy for his friend. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, this is what we wanted. We're only halfway there. This isn't the end of this, but this is real good.
Yeah, I'll start walking back to the rest of the group.
Okay.
You can just see the acceptance. Like, there's no judgment, there's no nothing. There's just somebody who's happy that you had something good come out of this. And, like, that's what you see in Seto.
Steve, because your perception's so high, I'm gonna say that you probably notice that because you did spend a little bit of time in this kind of area. So I'm gonna say that you would have noticed that this staircase seems pretty off.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna say, once Liza has finished gathering the bodies, she's gonna send Jorg to kind of guard them to make sure they're not disturbed.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna have that right there. Okay.
Yeah. Put the bodies with the undead thing. Makes sense.
That's right, Jorg's there. Jorg's got it.
Good job, Jorg.
Good job, Jorg.
I feel like we should take his grave.
There's more to this place and there's more secrets to find, but ultimately at the end of this, we need to destroy this place. Too much destruction and death has happened here. We can't allow this place to continue existing.
And this is just the first level. This isn't where they're going to keep the worst of their shit for sure.
Right. We need to find out what this place has been used for, and then we need to tear it down.
Aye.
Okay. Could you roll me investigation checks, team?
Team.
Team.
Team investigation. Go.
Oh,
Two.
come on!
Oh, that was sucky.
After all that.
It's not
You
nothing.
just had an enlightenment. You're
Right? You're in
Yeah.
a wisdomist mode, so your intellectualisms aren't really like vooving right now. Not to use
All
too
right.
many scientific terms.
So, because it's a nat one, I'm gonna say, Walden, a bit of the blood from that guy you ripped into starts like coming down your eye visors, and you're like, oh yeah, damn, that red mist isn't rage. It's actually arterial spray. Oh boy. And you aren't able to really investigate because you're trying to like wipe off this gunk. Steve, although you are so high at Percepticate, you are not as good at Investigate. And
right.
you seeing Walden trying to like ungunk themselves kind of like offer like some leaves, but the leaves aren't great at it either. And you guys are just there like desperately trying to ungunk the visors.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, you're like wrenching a bit as you're trying to do it.
Oh,
Seto,
sorry, I didn't realize how much that would affect you.
Right.
To be fair, I wasn't really thinking in general.
Well, it's quite all right, dearie. We all occasionally bisect a fish. Why not a person every now and again?
See,
guess
that's
so.
how I feel about it.
Wow.
It's all a part of nature. It's the cycle of it and all, they say.
I'm not a big fan of cycles. They're not very good for turtlenecks.
I will say there was something odd about him. Like, this may be too much information for you, Steve, and I apologize, but his body didn't feel like a normal human's.
I have to investigate the body now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I was gonna use some of his assassin skills.
Thanks.
How well he knows the body to assist Steve. If that's
Now I'm gonna
okay.
walk over there, try not to vomit all over the body, and figure out if it looks weird.
That would be investigation.
And Steve, all you can actually smell is the scent of like pastoral roses and like lilacs, as your upper lip has that smell on it for at least the next minute or two.
Yeah. So
Smells like roses.
So Seto does
fucking weird.
prestidigitation.
I got that. But you
Um,
didn't tell me that you did that.
You could probably tell that he did prestidigitation. You could probably like
Maybe.
Well, you may not see it, but there is like a mustache you have. It's like
That's good. It's just a pink mustache.
yeah,
I got a marker
it's got a
going
pink
on.
mustache right now. Like it's more for us, but the scent is for you.
Excellent.
so
I hope
yeah,
I look
sorry.
dashing.
If you could roll me that investigation and also medicine.
Investigation in medicine. Oh yeah. And medicine.
And medicine.
Hell
yeah.
And I didn't quite get time to resolve Seto's investigation, so if you could just give me a second.
I am in no rush, Sage.
Seto, you're kind of more taking a generalized look while Steve has gone to specifically look at this body. You can see that the structure in this corner on the left corner is furnaces, and it's smelting furnaces. And you notice that these chassis look like chassis after Walden, but that are not currently in use. Like these are empty chassis. I would say that with the 17, you probably don't know which version. You can just tell that they look more modern, but less modern than the ones you saw in the town square.
All right.
Steve, as you investigate the body of the strange mage, and you kind of check his body for evidence of what was going on, but also seeing what Walden meant by he didn't feel human. Although you can't quite work out what Walden meant by he doesn't feel human, in a medical sense, you can start to realize and piece together that he has a very similar skin to the Bolt clone that you guys Mercy dispatched. Although unlike the Bolt clone, he isn't filled with that black ichor. His blood does seem thicker and gunkier. He does seem to be more perfected as a replication, but you think that it's plausible that this strange mage could also be an experiment done by the same person or same sorcerer that created the Bolt clones.
Fucking
Um,
Brad.
and I'm gonna say with a crit on your investigation, you notice that there is a hidden door here that this statue has started to look at.
I tell the group that I believe he may have been a Bradling. And then I start heading towards where this boy is looking to further investigate the maybe door.
Okay. The door, you give it a little shuffle at the handle. It doesn't seem to open.
If there's a handle, is there a lock?
I would say roll me perception.
That's a fair response. Bitch! Sorry, not you. The dice that rolled off the 20! Sorry.
That's
What
all
is
right.
what is the door made of?
Okay, so on your perception check, you realize that although this had a handle, the reason it was hard to see is the handle seems to be one of those round, twisty ones, and there's a few like wall accessories near it that look really similar. And that's what kind of made it harder to spot. Because it's one of those round, twisty ones, you think it's locked from the other side.
If we can make a hole in the door that I can see through, I can get to the other side. And then I can probably unlock it from there. Because, particular set of skills, you see. But, there doesn't appear to be any place on this side of the door for me to use those particular set of skills, you see.
What is the door made of?
Probably reinforced wood, like studded wood.
Oh, nice, because I got me an axe. A hand that, yeah. You see him pull out a hand axe from his bag of holding. Kind of start chopping, but it does negative damage. Alright, so the plan are, if anybody would like to use this that's more effective than me, you can tell he's already like, this thing's heavy.
Yeah, I'll take the axe and I'll try to bust through the door.
Thank
Okay,
you.
give me an attack roll.
1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
This way they don't fuck up their weapons none. It's just damn hand axe.
Okay.
I guess I still have the hand axe in my inventory. I guess I'll just use that.
Oh well, this one's already
Axe
out,
at the door all day long.
right?
Right, no, but like it's the same type of weapon, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Sorry, that's
So I'll just use those stats. As my
Yeah,
weapon.
yeah. There's nothing special about this shit. Like it's just some axe I stole.
Damn.
That's how you do it. That's how
roll
you
for
axe.
damages.
Way to not miss an unmoving object.
Yeah, you hit the object, but you did not clear its damage threshold.
Oh, you got to put some actual fucking umph into this.
I'll attack with my new weapon.
Actual.
Okay.
I'll just be like, I go to like hit it, and then it kind of just bounces off, and I'm like,
All in the
fuck
war.
this, and I drop the hand axe, and I take out my like new like shield weapon, and I just punch it into the fucking. Come on!
You did hit it. You
I was
just
really
didn't.
hoping you'd be high on that detail.
All right, let me try a little bit of what I do here. Let's see if we can get a little something. You see him like he takes out, he pulls out his sword, kind of like looks at it a little bit, like he's gonna thrust into it, and then he pulls out his gun and shoots the door. And thank God I didn't fucking miss. And does 11 fire damage to the door.
It's a wooden door. 11 does pass the threshold, but because it's fire damage and it's a wooden door, it is actually weak to the fire.
Nice.
You realize the reason that such a secure door was there was that this is definitely parts of how they store the funds for the Warforged factory. I'm gonna say that due to you kind of stepping back to be able to hit the door with a firebolt, Walden and Steve probably see inside first. The doorway you see through is this one.
Oh.
So you don't see this passage at all. That is, you don't see that. You do see this one. You don't see this one. I will just paint on it to make it clearer. But the passage is here.
All right.
Okay.
And yeah, so you guys see into this hallway a little bit faster. But it's definitely the treasury.
All right.
Ah,
Might as well go in.
yeah. I guess I'll go in first, as I can. Then I'll look around to see what in the place.
Check for. I want to check for
anyone that wants
traps.
to?
Real quick.
I'm gonna move your things a little bit. Just no, you went there.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. I want to check for traps.
That's fine. I'm just gonna put you into the grid for the sake of who knows. If you could roll me the perception for traps, Steve, roll me investigational perception for what you're looking around for, and Walden, if you want to roll me a seeing roll, that would be now.
Man, I'm glad that on a 3 I roll a 14.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I got a 25.
I do perceive
so-
things.
Cool. Okay.
Did I beat you on perception?
Yeah, well, yeah. My perception's only +3.
Oh no, I meant
Oh,
not you.
Steve-
Like it's not.
Steve
A,
rolled
I rolled a
3.
3.
listen, I'll take the win. Okay, that's never gonna happen again.
That's happened a few times.
Well, you're looking for different things.
Not that far off of each other.
25. Oh shit, you got a crit?
Yeah.
What are they doing the business today?
So I'll start with Seto because you're looking for traps, and I think that would inform people of what they do / with what they see. So I'll do that first. You notice this chest is absolutely fucking trapped. You suspect if someone was to walk out this way, there's something that would trigger to do with this chest, but I'm going to say on a 25, although you perceive the trap, you do not perceive how to disarm it. You would have to roll to disarm it to know if you can. Does that make sense? Yeah. Walden, on your crit, you're pretty certain that if you can't literally blow this place up, if you were to take what looks to you like thousands of gold pieces, each of these piles looks like at least 1,000 gold, and these are literally solid bars. It could destroy the economy to take it out of Hanker, but if you took it out of the Warforged factory, they would not be able to continue the research.
Yeah. I just don't know if I could fit that.
And said us like,
Um,
bag of Holden theory. We don't need to fit. Like, this
I
is
always forget about
this
that.
is what this is for, my dear. You just see him like quiver with like, you know how he gets around treasure. I think you were the one at the last thing. He's like, don't touch the box. That one is obviously
Post nut
trapped.
stance.
Yeah, like this is, I don't know if it's pre or po, it might be during. Like, well, let's just get the treasure. All right, let's just but yeah, he tells him that that's trapped, you know, and that they have enough to hold all this gold, and just starts tossing bars in, just like flip.
Okay, Seto, as you touch the gold bars, I would like you to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, all right.
I had a feeling that these
That's-
may not be normal.
Wisdom save. Why wouldn't it be?
What?
As you go to touch treasure that isn't yours, a familiar cackling from a skull in a desert tomb appears above the gold bars and reminds you of a pinky promise you made to it about sealing off a tomb in the desert.
Yeah, which we did.
It's been desecrated, but not destroyed.
What are you talking? I sealed it. I did what? I didn't say anything about desecration or destroying. I said I sealed it, and that's what I did. I caved in the entrance.
Yeah, so you only caved in the entrance?
Like, that's
You only put in, like, if I remember correctly, you put, and you even commented it on the time, like, I hope this is enough for the skull. And you only did, like, a small amount at the entrance.
no, because we had like him crushing earth. Like, the whole passageway was fucked. We used Steve's mold earth to do it, and the fire things, like, just to fucking make sure. We were double sure about closing that bitch up.
There may have been a bit of a miscommunication in that moment.
Hold on.
Because we made sure mold earth was used.
I feel like it wasn't, because I took note of the fact that there was
I
not a
remember Mold Earth being used.
Okay, that's all right. That could be on me.
Right, because like we wanted to very specifically not only fill in the entrance, but make it look like there wasn't an entrance here, like that the
Yeah.
entrance didn't exist.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be me then getting confused with a plan that got sorted that I didn't note down properly. I did have a note saying that the whole place wasn't caved in. That could be wrong. That's on me.
Yeah, I know we didn't
was-
cave in the whole place, but the entrance did no longer look like an entrance. So like
Like, we caved in
all
what
those
we
things
could,
whatnot
and
underneath were
Yeah.
still
Okay.
safe, but untouchable or unreachable.
Okay. In that case, I'll give it to you.
whoosh.
Um.
And it's been a year. You know what I mean? Like, things are gonna.
Oh
get
yeah,
mixed up.
absolutely.
There's no.
But this, yeah. Peek behind screen.
Yeah, now I'm curious.
The skull was a treasure chest curse. So every time you tried to loot treasure, specifically large blocks of treasure, the skull would come up and make you feel bad.
Oh
So it
man!
wouldn't even stop you from doing it. It just would make you feel bad.
Oh man!
No, it's okay. But well, that's the thing. If that place wasn't like, my notes must be wrong. So that's fine. You put bars in your bag.
And I don't feel bad about it. But oh man, that's so fucking cool. I like
Yeah,
that. Like, that is
it was-
really cool. Like,
That
I
was
don't.
was why there was this whole promise thing with the skull. That was why that was.
I love the. Oh, all right, but
It's fine.
it's still
Doesn't
really
matter.
cool. It's still super
It's just
dope.
a year's,
We can see
year's
that like
worth of
maybe the
planning.
skull comes up and just kind of like gives you like a little nod.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
you
giving
know
you a
what?
Wink.
This is the skull
skull
winks.
wink.
You don't know how the bone moves, but
On
the
it for
skull
no
It's like a
reason,
cartoon
no.
skull.
Yeah, literally, like Brooke.
You see Seto smolder at. Can they see the skull, or is it just me?
No, it's just
Then
you.
they just see me smolder at a corner. Like, but
No,
it's at the
I like to
skull.
think you're smoldering at the treasure because the
Yeah,
skull
I'm
would appear
smoldering.
above the
Yes,
treasure.
you just see me smoldering at the treasure like shit's about to get real slippery.
Just imagining like Sans just coming in being like,
Yeah, right.
I'm
Throwing
gonna.
bars
I'm
in.
assuming. So like I had a little vision earlier because of the whole because of like some shit. I can't remember. Like we breathed in some like weird shit, and it
Yeah.
made me have like a vision
Yeah.
earlier when we were in the study.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that Seto is going through a similar thing, and I'm like I grab his shoulders, and I'm like, "Do you need any assistance? Are you okay?"
Actually, my shoulder is getting a bit tight, big, and you maybe you can start throwing these bars in, grabbing heapfuls of some of that shit. Just let's get it in here, and then let's fucking burn this place to hell.
All right, you seem all right.
Can we take a human break?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
All right, I have to be.
I
man.
I'm
I will
sorry
say
for the
my
timing.
plan
I'm
with
just.
this money is I don't want to necessarily keep it all for ourselves. We'll keep some of it, but I want to give the vast majority of it to our goblin friends.
Yeah, to rebuild their section of the thing. I'm totally for that.
Yeah.
Like just
I'm for that.
unanimously dropping off a dozen bricks. You know what I mean?
Go-
Or
go
unanimously,
human.
anonymously. Yes, yes. Like
You're human or you'll forget. And I know he will because I do.
Yeah, but I should have said that before
Um,
he left.
I'm gonna call it a 10 minute. I'm also gonna make myself a drink.
Okay.
So just to let you know, I will restart then.
10 minutes.
Please feel free to unscreen or pee.
I hope that really awkwardly Jorg gets here in this 10 minutes and he's like, where the fuck is everybody?
That would be perfect.
It would be.
I'm back.
Understandable.
Ooh, hello. What I miss?
Understandable blanket choice.
Yes. Like
I
it.
too am blanket involved in seating.
Yes, as well. I went and put on socks.
Oh,
I generally don't wear them, but my feet are fucking freezing right now.
I will have feet and toes so cold that they feel 5 degrees different to my hands before I wear socks.
My phone's going bananas.
Oh,
Skibbity bleep 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 doo doo scooby doo. Oh, no way. So jealous. Damn. Sabi used to be sending me some cool shit sometimes.
oh, nice. Cool as in context.
Oh, like some of it is from like a convention she wants to go to next year. Some of it is like if Pokemon were D&D weapons or shit like that.
Oh, with you. I have a plan for us that'll finish up this bit. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited because this is the kind of the end of the backstory element and the arc of moving forward for Walden, and I feel like it's gone well.
It really, really has. It's been an absolute fun to be a part of. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't.
been real big.
I was gonna say I couldn't imagine being like the center of it, like because this has been fucking so fun. I can't wait for my turn.
Yeah, you have a turn. You have a turn planned. It's absolutely there. So does Steve, and so does Jorg.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone has this kind of thing set up. I'm really happy with the writing, so I hope it goes well. But when I get back, we'll continue.
We cannot stay in Hanka after this, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, we can't.
There might be some disguised self needed. We'll find out. Who knows? You've no idea what's downstairs.
We don't, but we know we're gonna blow it up. And
You think so?
oh, you think so? Don't tempt the DM. They'll shut up. Hi. Like, oh, what did you say? Look, there's 15 fire dragons down there. Adult ancient fire dragons.
That'll make it easier to blow up. We just anger one of them and
Right.
fine.
Like, I smolder. At which one? That's for them to decide. And then they fight over me, and then while I run away, they destroy everything. Easy peasy. And that is literally how Seto plans.
Yeah, accurate to be honest.
He's dumb as shit. I love it.
So yeah, you finish shoving all the gold in your bag of holding. You do so successfully.
How much was it? And I give the skull another wink.
We'll deal with the literal quantity after the game.
Deal.
Just because then I can write it in the chat and it's the last thing in the chat.
I like it.
Yeah, cool. You finish doing that. All that's left in the room is the treasure chest that you are pretty sure is trapped.
Yes. So I use my echo so I can be away from it if I fuck it up. And
Okay.
26 on my sleight of hand to disarm.
I'm going to assume that Walden and Steve would have gone out.
Yeah, I would have made
while
sure everybody
disarming.
was away while I was
Yeah.
getting my echo and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Would you?
Roll me a luck check, Seto.
What the hell's a luck check?
It is a percentile dice.
Oh, Flonkerton. Okay. Shakaglabang. 54.
Yeah. So you disarm the chest with no real issue. You find, however, which you weren't expecting, the disarming the trap wasn't actually that difficult.
All right.
What was difficult was knowing whether the switch, which is the only thing in the chest, was part of the trap. You are able to deduce from being a good thief and slightly from luck that switch was nothing to do with the trap. And you also don't think this switch was part of the trap or sets off the trap. It is unrelated.
I'm just gonna leave this switch alone. There's a switch in here. You know what? I can be in this room and flick that switch. So, like, now that I think about it, you know what I mean? This is like the good part about this. And so yeah, I check out that switch.
Okay, that's part of what your luck was for. As you switch that flip that switch. Nothing happens in the room. You hear a click, and that door opens. But the click you heard seems to be coming from somewhere else.
Probably downstairs.
We hope.
I bet we just let them know we were here. Fuck! I don't know what would happen. What the fuck did I think? Like coins were gonna fall from the ceiling?
That switch let them know that we were here. I think that like, I think
you're right.
Earthquake fucking.
You make a valid point, Wally. All right, let's. Well, at the very least, when we go down there, we know we're not half-stepping. All right, they're gonna throw things at us, and we've got to do what we've got to do.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And survival is high on that list. Don't. This isn't a throw your life away situation. This is we're making a better life.
Right.
So, as you guys all emerge, seeming slightly spooked, after the clone is sent in, and a click is heard, Liza and Lucrid walk over to you guys, because they're kind of like, they seem to know what they're doing more than we do half the time. And they kind of look to each other and go, maybe now's the time to come over. And they look at you, and Liza pipes up and says, well, I think you guys might have also heard the clicking. Should we investigate? She seems incredibly nervous.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna investigate. You don't have to join us if you don't wish.
Oh, don't be silly. I got myself in this mess.
No, please, my dear, go back to the maps. If you don't let the world know about Seto's fault, who will? And then there will be wrong maps all over the world. You're needed.
Roll me persuasion.
16.
You don't seem to manage to persuade Liza to go back to the maps. However, seeing you worry about her over worrying about what's downstairs, like you seem so much more worried about convincing her that this will be fine. That kind of makes Liza say, and she starts to calm down. And instead of going back to the maps, she says, hold on, I've forgotten the voice. 1 second. Unlike no, oh my god. Sorry, I'm having
I
like
don't mean to laugh. I find it's just so cute.
yeah, it's not that. It's like the perfectionist paralytic cycle of it's
No,
not
no,
right and
I
therefore
feel
I
you.
can't do it.
I feel you.
I had it at the start of the game. I was there, I'd remembered it. I drank some water, I took a piss, and now I've forgotten who I am. Like, do you I'm a different person.
And this is why DMing is hard, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I want to say
Respect your
maybe go
DMs.
for like a smart Scottish Mickey Mouse.
Fish.
This momentary break is brought to you by perfectionism.
Like,
It is not always a blessing.
It's
Oh.
the fish. I can't.
The
I won't be
plane.
able to say the plane. I won't be able to save the fish if I don't manage to get through this slight anxiety. There it is. That's
There it
what
is.
it was.
Yay,
It took a
finally.
second. I'm terribly sorry, gang, but I'm back in full force and all my nerves are gone. Wouldn't you say, Lucred? Oh yeah, you're seeming to do much better now, Liza. Yes, well, this is the thing. The fish, they motivate me. Nothing more motivates me than the fish. Should we go
I
downstairs?
should have went with Nigel Thornberry. That would have been your real clue.
I was gonna write notes, but I was like, you can't write a sound.
You can.
Musically?
It's an old womanly Nigel Thornberry.
Old womanly Nigel Thornberry. The fish. So yeah, where do you guys go from here?
I go to these stairs over here to check out Le Basement.
It's not a terrible idea. I would like to check if the water sources could be found. Wally, darling, please, for the fish, your brethren, for the fish.
Yeah, I'm moving with everybody.
Okay.
My ears hurt.
I'm so sorry, darling. It's all my fault.
It's great.
But
I follow Steve downstairs.
Okay. And the gang heads downstairs.
Gang...
I will need to narrate a small portion of this.
Oh.
So I will give you guys a heads up when it's time to talk or act. But until then, be cautious as I am telling.
Everybody shut up.
Yeah, just for a moment. Right. You make your way down the stairs. The stairs get dimmer the further you go down. You don't have a true marching order as much as the gaggle of you is trying to be relatively quiet. You don't want to be found. But also, you're kind of like aware of that click, right? You're aware something's gone on. You want to make sure you're able to get down and see what's happening. If you could all roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Uh-huh.
Motherfucker.
Boom, baby. Ah!
Wonderful.
Wait.
Walden?
Wait.
Hmm?
I have a thing for that. A feature. Sorry, I'm using my. I just needed to know the actual name. Favored by the gods.
Is it a reaction?
It's once per short rest. If you fail a saving throw or miss an attack roll, you can roll 2d4 and add it to the total possibility, changing the outcome.
Then you can do that.
Alright. I hope I'll have enough for this.
I have advantage on dex saving throws that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or in.
Oh shit! So do I.
Well, mine's dangerous. I don't know what you're.
Mine's rogue stuff, right?
So
Is
do I
that
get to
for
roll
attacks?
again?
Yeah.
Dex saving throws.
Yeah, no, I know. For rogues, is it attacks?
No. For
Is it dex
the
saves?
and I don't have it because I'm not a high enough rogue, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But my
In
favorite
that
of the
case,
gods still applies. That's
okay,
racial.
so roll that Walden, roll your advantage. Because you can
Better.
currently see. Cool.
Nice. So 12 plus 6
6 brings you
to
up.
18, I believe. If my
Cool.
math
So
isn't
you're
wrong.
21 and 218.
so because you all succeeded the highest rung of DC clearance, uh, you managed to steady your steps as you realize that there is a ledge. Luckily, none of you go over the ledge at all. You all brace each other as you're kind of starting to hobble. Although the light is dim, it's not dark, it's just getting dimmer. And you realize that that ledge, you see it almost by its lack of light. You start kind of prodding with your feet along the ledge to see if there are stairs past it and realize there aren't. Your dexterity saves, however, allow you to see the other side and that there is like a gap in the staircase. And normally there's gaps in bridges, but not so much stairs. You seeing it are able to traverse it pretty well because you all, as I say, cleared the highest DC. And as you continue down these stairs, you start to realize why there would have been this gap. As once again, similar to the cathedral, it's almost like an unnatural darkness descends. The light becomes dim light for the sake of D&D, and as you make it out of the staircase, you find yourself in what is definitely still the Warforged factory, but something's wrong. There's just this feeling of unease about the outside of the walls, and you can't see outside the walls, but there just feels like this presence that shouldn't be there. As you come into the scene, you're able to
Oh my
see
God.
yet
Oh
again.
shit!
It should be on fire.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
That's a lot.
Sorry.
Okay, it's all right. That's why I warned you guys. You're able to see a portal in front of you, and rather than it being to a location in the desert that you'd vaguely recognize, although you definitely recognize the location, it seems like something else is going on. You see the man that you've come to know as having an anagram but a name of Brad. And next to Brad is a figure that you also recognize. Although mostly by shape, and can everyone also roll me perception? You see, as these priests hold up the portal, Brad is forcing them to touch it. And as each of them touch it, they become swamp monsters that you met back in Lapsha. You see as these priests slowly touch the circle at the portal, it seems like the cleric priests are maintaining this portal. It seems that this portal, from your perception checks, you notice this portal is in time and not just space. You see an enormous banshee touching and wailing at the sword that you recognize having burnt in the past. And Brad seems to have the familiar face of Auntie Grin clutched in his hand, overseeing the portal. They have not seen you yet. You flicked a switch that meant that there was an opening that allowed you to come through. So where that gap was, there would have normally been a complete separation to this room. And because you flipped the switch, the staircase was open, and they would not have anticipated that. So they're focused on this. This is immensely powerful magic. It is very loud. It is deafeningly booming as this portal in time and space has been opened. Walden, roll me your highest wisdom check.
From like my skills.
Yes,
Okay, so that would be perception.
that's fine. Yep.
13.
Okay, 13.
Can I get a quick clarification on something
Yes,
you
yes.
said? You said the face of Antigrin. Is that
Yes.
actual face, or like is Antigrin there as a whole body?
Oh, whole body. Sorry.
Okay. Could go either way with this motherfucker.
Does this motherfucker mean me or Brad?
Honestly,
Yes.
Psychological torture? Who would do that to their players?
You're giving me a lot of inspiration, and you should be afraid of that.
Hoisted by your own petard.
Walden, your 13 perception. That switch, that lever, is not part of the portal.
Okay.
You recognize that as Warforged related technology.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's also these guys on the sides.
Not that we'd see them yet.
Yeah, but me as a player, I've noticed them. Hey, Joe.
Hello.
Hello.
Caught us at an opportune time.
Yes, we've just entered this scene. Just to catch you into a little bit of the scene, there's a big portal, there's a banshee crying, there's that sword where you remember the glaive and that pollard, I don't know, something. Anyway, there's lots of clerics turning into the swamp creatures as they touch the portal. Brad, the lichy guy, is holding Auntie Grin. We just got here.
Okay.
And I hand the scene to the players.
Gotcha.
If I remember correctly, do we have the ring that banshee was screaming at in that bag of holding?
If it's the same banshee, yes.
I'm thinking we should give that banshee that ring. That's my thought, players. As far as, well, I haven't said anything in game because once we say something, we're fucked.
Right.
Don't we have whisper things here?
Actually, it might not fully matter.
Immediately, I'm going to do passive out trace.
Us talking in a lower voice right now might not matter because Sage did mention that this
how loud it is.
Yeah, it's ripping a hole through time and space. It's bloody loud. Sorry, it's rather loud.
Okay.
Twitch is not going to care.
I'm just making that clear. Passive out trace. We could walk around, do our stealthy, whatever the fuck we got to do.
That's actually pretty fair, but
so just to let you guys know, just to make it clear, there are 18 fucking enemies here.
Yeah, no, the goal here is to get Granny Grin and go. Like the Auntie Grin, sorry.
Not that old.
Well, she's young compared to me, so but fair.
Shit be happening as we're talking.
Yeah. So
we gotta grab her and leave. He's holding her. Like,
yeah,
Brad
right.
Is holding her.
What is? Stop the portal thing.
How do we pause? Fuck.
I'm for the ring plan. Like throwing the ring to the banshee. I'm for it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So it's got to be the same time. We throw the ring. We try to sever his arm. We grab Granny and get out. If you can sever the arm, I can bounce with Granny, and we.
Somebody needs to switch that lever. I think it'll turn on the Warforged, and they may help us out.
Oh,
maybe. Give me the ring. I will jump in the portal.
Jump into the portal?
He gives Steve the ring. He's like, everybody has to trust everybody right now. So, fuck.
Steve, give me a wisdom test. Wisdom save.
Oh, shit.
It's all right. No, it's not. It's horrible. It's a critical failure.
Oh fuck!
It's...
Yeah, you think jumping into that portal is a great idea?
Oh no.
Anything else has been great.
I'll turn to Jorg and I'm like, I'm going to grab Brad if you can cut off his arm and then grab Anti-Grin and run. I think that's the play.
I see too many people turning into swamp monsters. I'm just running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Steve, you also think that if all these people became swamp monsters, that'd be great. That'd be a great thing.
He runs up.
Well, we're doing this all now. We can't wait any longer. So
I have to assassinate.
I'm running towards Black.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Before we do this,
right.
hold on. I just got one thing. Don't I have the ability to like sense magic type things going on around here? Couldn't I like use that in this moment?
You would pass the fuck out.
This is
This is high tons of magic. You can see it open right there. Yeah, that's not a problem. Like you can.
But
this place gives you the
because the whole portal thing. I was trying to like give oh boy a warning.
Oh, that's
Right.
actually fucking
That's a good
smart.
idea.
That is
That's a good
smart. I like that.
So I rolled some dice for how many would turn into swamp monsters before you got an action. You guys all have an action before any more of those priests turn. But just to let you know, I rolled incredibly high on how many would change before you guys
15.
acted.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
I rolled 2 6s, and they're only d6s.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I rolled a fate just to check, and it came out minus. So, like, you guys have got 2 actions.
All right.
Right. Okay. So now we know it's not actively timed. We can hash out a bit of a plan out of character. So my plan right now is to essentially tackle Brad or like grab him and pull him away to leave his arm open so that Jorg can cut it off. We can grab Anti-Grin. I can flip the switch and then we can run.
I can use my echo to flip the switch. Like, don't overburden
works
yourself.
That
Like,
works
I can literally like attack and pull the switch this round.
I'm just gonna let you guys know these actions will be truly simultaneous. So because we're not in initiative, you are able to plan out 2 actions each. You'll tell me each of these actions. We'll roll for them each as they happen in 2 rounds, and we'll see what goes down. So if you guys could give me your first action within the next few seconds.
Okay, I'm with
'Cause
what
this is
Walden
quick.
said that I was going to do with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So my first action is going to be grabbing Brad and leaving his arm open. My
Okay.
second action would be to run with Jorg back to the entrance.
And then my first action will be to cut at Brad's arm and then to grab said person and run with Walden.
We need to. Seto's clone is gonna grab Steve since the plan changed so fucking quickly, and make sure he doesn't run into the portal, and kind of drag him back, and
So
run
just to
for
be-
the steps. Right.
I'm gonna say we'll work out whether Steve, because it was a critical fail, does just gun it, and then you do have to stop him with the action. In a sec.
I'm by all means gunning it for the portal right now.
Cool.
All right,
Then we'll
then,
say yeah. Cool. Just to double check. So Walden's grabbing Brad
Yes.
to relinquish grip of Anti-Grin.
Right.
Cool. And then Jorg is grabbing Anti-Grin
Yes.
to pull them away. Cool. And then Seto is gunning after Steve.
Yeah, I'm getting my clone there like instantly to make sure he doesn't make it into the thing, because now we have to run. If everybody's doing their part, we just have to run now.
So hold up, Walden. I am not cutting his arm now.
We may not need to. If I can get his grip off of Anti-Grin, then we may be able to save an action now.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we're gonna do the rounds as 2 rounds. They're just simultaneous.
All right.
So
Got it. Let's go.
cool.
I will say it's always a plus to have a caster have 1 less arm.
For sure.
Can we get somebody to flip that switch though? Like,
I can.
So
That's
Echo.
gonna have to be next turn.
Is that this thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I can definitely do that. I was gonna
If you do
plan on
so,
doing something with it as I was going in.
Okay, if you do so, it may be next turn. We'll find out because we need to finish these actions. So, Walden, if you could give me an opposed strength. Jorg, I will need an athletics check. Seto, I will need, if you're grabbing Steve with your echo, a magic check, like the same as you do as a concentration check.
All right.
it's not
Concentration is Constitution.
Constitution, yeah.
But if you want to do like a spell attack, it would be like maybe like a spell attack
save.
roll.
Like a spell savey roll. The one where it's got that roll. Hold on, I'll make
the
one
spell attack, the +6.
This, yeah, that.
I see it.
Sorry, yeah, this.
Fuck you!
Ooh.
I'm trying, dude. You're just.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Oh,
It's okay.
Nice,
It's okay.
York,
These
nice.
things. Right. So
now we need a new Steve.
strength. I'm going to roll this open. Yep. Fab. Thank you. 1 second.
Okay. Well, at least we're getting anti-grin out. That's almost for sure.
That looks good, yeah. But fucking Steve.
Please, Steve, please don't go into the portal.
Right, I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that ring and that banshee
Oh,
ain't gonna
fuck.
be. Oh god.
Oh my god, what? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You rad.
Earlier, before the game,
Brad's
I
a
talked
whole
about-
bitch.
I talked about fate dice. On an equal athletics grapple, I could roll a fate dice. Would you like me as a team to roll a fate dice?
Oh god, I
Yes.
think we have to. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe, for context, a fate dice is it a 6-sided die?
Yes.
But instead of numbers, I think it's 2 pluses, 2 minuses, 2 blanks.
Yes.
And it's just a way to kind of like adjust an outcome. It's used in the game system Fate. Sage is using it to kind of like put a little bit of spice onto a scenario.
Okay. Keep me posted on what happened because my PC just restarted, but keep me
Oh.
posted.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It's all right. Your roll went well. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
That
No
is a
whammy,
minus.
no whammy, no whammy.
Oh. And you were rolling for us, right? Oh shit.
What I'm gonna say, because that's a minus, is we'll finish the rest of the round and then we'll see how it goes. As I've had the rolls, Jorg is able to grab Auntie Grin as Walden is able to distract Brad enough to let go of Auntie Grin. However, you are not able to restrain Brad. Maybe
That's
his magic gave him either some divination or some kind of premonition that you were coming for him. So although he does let go of Auntie Grin, he uses both of those hands to smack yours away, and you're not able to restrain him, and he will be free for the coming turn. Jorg, however, I'll just move you so that you're by them. You're able to come up to Auntie Grin and pick her up off the floor. She seems heavily wounded but lucid. She's talking slightly. You notice she's only got one eye and the other has been gouged out. However, other than that, she's alive, she's breathing, and her breathing is steady. Steve, as you go to run to the portal, you see that Seto, I believe you said you casted out your echo?
Yeah, to try to stop you.
Yeah, to try to stop Steve. You do it as quick as you can, which I believe is a bonus.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Yeah. You do it as quick as you can. Steve would need his full action to get there. So your echo makes it there in time, but it's not strong enough to grapple Steve. Steve, I'm going to need you to roll a wisdom save to see if you realize why Seto would have done that.
That's much better.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
We don't
The
need a new
fucking-
Steve.
I had such a pit in my stomach.
Wow.
I would have felt so responsible.
Thanks,
Steve,
Seto.
I'm trying.
As Seto's echo grabs you, but almost mistily goes through your arm as the magic isn't strong enough to stop you, you double back, see what's happening behind you, see Walden doesn't successfully restrain Brad, see that Jorg tries to lift Auntie Grin away and manages. You see as Lucrid and Liza run up behind you, and you realize that they are outstretched arms shaking, and you're like, that's not a wave. They're not saying hello. You look at the portal, realize that it being a portal in time and space means that if there's only 2 people left, you could get trapped in a different time if you went through this portal and there were no clerics left to keep it open. At 1 cleric left now for your next action, there is no way you'd have made it back. But you don't feel on a crit that the ring was a bad idea. And if you can make it through, maybe the ring can. That's what I'll give you on a crit. If you guys could spend a little pressured time working out what you'll do in your second action, this will be your last one.
I know what my second action is going to be.
Before all of the clerics are turned.
My second action, if I can do it, is going to be chucking the ring in the portal and shillelaghing the shit out of that thing next to me.
Okay.
This thing?
Yes.
Nice. Getting that taken care of.
Can I push Brad through the portal?
Yes.
You can try. Yeah.
I'm absolutely going to do that.
Okay.
No, we don't know when that goes to.
I don't think you want to do that, bro.
We don't know when that goes to. If we give him the power,
it doesn't matter. Like, this is clearly in the past. This dude's been around for a fucking while, anyways.
But he hasn't had this power.
I think he's trying to get there.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You know what? That's fair.
Because then he would have knowledge of the future.
Brad by the big powered sword.
Yeah.
And his banshee wife, or whatever.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Like you do you, because I'm focused on other shit. As a player, maybe not do that.
I can hit him with the double guiding bolt. Brad, I mean, as a means of doing anything. Because right now I'm back here. My clone was destroyed, so I'm basically like, "Come on, everybody!" Like up the steps.
I do want to if I'm not gonna throw him in the portal, I do kind of want to throw him out of the way, like get him away from us, give us a little more leeway. So I can throw him in this direction over here.
Yeah, and I can blast him out of these fucking sky like Duck Hunt. Pop, pop.
Cool.
And that way, hopefully, the bang happens and it's distracting enough to maybe I don't want to just get everybody on. I'm not gonna attack.
So I've got actions for Walden and Steve.
All right, I'm back.
Sorry, Joe. Where did you cut off?
Okay, so PC restarted right as you were about to roll the negative dice or the fate dice.
Oh fuck!
Oh, gee, that's a lot of things.
That's a lot.
No, I was listening the whole time, but I'm saying that's when my laptop cut off.
Okay, so you heard all the things. We good.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard everything.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Shit.
So you've got Auntie Grin safe. Walden wasn't able to restrain Brad, but if you moved, you'd be able to attack Brad. And because you did manage to successfully get Auntie Grin, you'd be able to like shuffle yourselves within the 5-foot cubes. So you could either help Walden in attacking Brad in some way, shape, or form, or get Auntie Grin closer to safety.
In the situation, do you guys think it's a safe?
Oh,
I'm gonna cast Bane on him.
okay.
This way he gets negatives to everything.
Okay, so you're going to cast Bane.
I should have done that.
I'm gonna throw him to the side. I would think it's better for you to just run. Or run with anti-grant.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that's top
Yeah,
priority.
because that's what I was gonna say. Like, we need to get her out of here, obviously, because she's missing a fucking eye. She's not in great condition. We need to get her the fuck out of here. So I think me running towards the entrance is the best idea.
Yeah, solid.
Okay. In that case, we're going to start with Steve, as I feel like that's got some of the most scene-changing stuff. You said you want to either throw the ring into the portal or flip the switch. Which will it be?
I can only do one.
Yep.
Throw the
but
ring.
I'm
Don't worry about the
throwing
switch.
ring into the
Okay.
Throw
portal.
the ring, Mr. Frodo.
Mr. Frodo.
Roll me a spell attack.
Spell attack.
As you are interacting with a larger piece of magic.
That's all right, I guess.
Okay.
Can I use an inspiration?
Yes. If you've got inspiration, yes.
I'm going to use an inspiration to try that again. That's much better.
Nice.
Oh, okay, good.
Acceptable inspiration use.
Acceptable inspiration use.
Very vital inspiration.
Oh my god,
use.
we'd have never got that ring back or nothing. It would have been.
As you throw the ring into the portal, you realize that the Banshee doesn't see this side of the portal. Her mourning and wailing towards the sword was undisturbed by the portal until the ring passes through it, which allows this corridor to become two-sided. Before it was like a two-way mirror. Now it's before it's like a one-way mirror. What the police time. Now it's a window. As she sees the ring pass through time and space, it lands in her outstretched fingers. Her tears fall on it, and something strange happens. As rather than being a wailing banshee, she becomes more ethereal and less ghastly. Her tears wash away the undead ichor of her skin and the grossness of her rotting flesh. And slowly she starts to grieve rather than rage and scream. You see her disappear. And she looks at you, Steve, nods, and glistens a ghostly light that seems almost angelic into the sword. The sword, from your memories, was purplish. Through the portal, the colors are distorted, but now it truly does shine brightly in this kind of divine way rather than an eldritch way. And your memory flashes to the moment of creating Seto's Vault and that time you all spent in that dungeon. And rather than remembering Martha staring into the sword, mesmerized, you remember her healed by the sword. Rather than remembering the obelisk being confusing and unintelligible, Jorg, you remember seeing your family lineage written on the records of the obelisk. As time starts to warp from this simple change, you see Brad weaken.
What?
He doesn't have to do the things anymore.
As Walden and Jorg roll their respective roles, I want you guys to consider the idea that Seto's fault happening, rather than it sealing away a potentially dangerous phylactery, may have guarded a precious artifact now. Walden, as you go to shove Brad, can you give me the athletics check?
Oh my god.
You are able to shove Brad into a mass of these creatures. He starts here, but these swamp-like beings are vengeful now. Rather than wanting to follow him, their memory of why they were doing so is changing, and they descend upon him, surrounding him and starting to pull his undead corpse apart. As this last cleric was about to go up and touch the portal, he now seems dazed and confused as these swamp creatures descend on Brad. That shove may have just saved you this entire combat.
Oh my god.
Jorg, as you go to safely take Auntie Grin away and out of this situation, so that at least if the swamp creatures do change their plan, she'll be safe. Roll me a medicine check.
Roll a medicine check.
Yeah, because you can move regardless. So roll me a medicine check.
Right. Give it a second. It's taking its sweet time.
No worries. Yes.
As whatchamacallit gets overwhelmed, can there be a moment where like he kind of like, because he obviously can see the group now, that like while he looks at them, because it's looking at everybody, he makes eye contact with Seto, and that's when he gets baned. So that
we'll come to that in a sec, but yes,
he stands even less of a chance.
Yes. Did it go?
It was on 15 and it just barely rolled over.
These things happen. These things happen. It's not that one, so don't worry too much. As you manage to carry Auntie Grin to safety, I'm gonna say you come back around here-ish. Okay. You think that she's gonna be okay, and you don't really read too deep into it. But you think she's gonna be okay. Seto, as you see this happening, I think because your clone would be about here, you'd be able to cast Bane through your clone, right?
Oh, my clone was destroyed. He was basically ran through, remember?
Okay.
But I'm still within range of it from here.
Okay. Go ahead and Bane is a save.
Will save, I do believe. Allow me to push the button.
Will save's not a thing anymore. It would be like a wisdom save. But...
Wisdom, thank you. Fuck! I'm so old.
Charisma DC for 14?
Yes.
Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna make it a public roll, but that not. Oh
shit! With a plus 11 though, fucking Christ!
He is a charismatic man.
I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm gonna say you go to shoot your Bane off, but what I will give you is you notice this look that you stare into his like dying eyes. There is a cold, callous and calculating look that stares back at you, smoldering with the same intense a level of charisma that you smolder at others with. So I'm going to say that that's, you kind of sense that he might be a charismatic from that. And I believe that is our actions. As the scene starts to become more intense, the portal starts to wither, because none of the clerics are sacrificing themselves now.
Well, there's only one left.
Yeah, but he once Brad and the ring happened and people were questioning them following Brad, he was dazed and confused, almost like he came out of stupor, so he didn't move to keep the portal alive. Because this map has the portal on, just assume it's not there. Just assume it's not there now. The light is dim and you sense an earthquake coming, like a deep rumbling earthquake, similar to the ones that happened on the way to the chapel.
Okay.
We should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we need to leave.
Walden, I will remind you of the lever. Would you communicate to Steve now that went well? And would Steve communicate to Walden that they see Warforged in here?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, I can't see him.
Mm-mm. I don't think so. Not in dim light from that far.
Yeah. We got Warforged, Wally. 8 of them.
Yeah, I think with that, and because I feel like we have a little bit of extra time, I think I will go for and pull the lever.
I mean, I could. You could just tell me to do it.
Oh yeah, that
I'm right next to it.
But I'm not even sure exactly what the lever will do.
Oh.
Well, let's try that first. And if the Warforged don't start moving, I guess I'll have to leave them.
I'm gonna say, regardless. I mean, you do you, but I feel like if I was Wally, I'd at least want to know what these Warforged look like.
That's fair. I don't know if I have the time to get over there and back.
I don't know.
That's the question. You know what I mean?
That's a Wally call.
I think I will. I think once you say that, I think I will move up at the very least to get a look at them.
As he does that, I'm gonna go to try to save the priest.
I'm too good for this world.
The earthquake starts to continue to rumble under your feet as you realize you're underground. You realize how far that staircase was down, and you realize there was a gap in the staircase. Roll me, Steve, a persuasion for the priest to calm them down to see they'll come with. And Walden, do you switch the lever?
Yeah.
Yes. You hear nothing and see nothing. Woo! Okay, wow. The priest is so dazed and confused. Having a fellow healer come up to them and tell them it's time to go persuades them that it is time to go.
Let's start Bolton. If he's slower than me, I'm picking the fucker up.
Walden, roll me a perception with disadvantage. Because it's dim and you're very far from them.
Okay. Oh, so I did that with advantage. Just check out it's not that one. It's lowest was 17, so it would be the 20, dirty 20.
Okay, that's fantastic. You are able to recognize that these Warforged chassis are the empty chassis of your unit. These are absolutely the remainders of your unit, and none of them have a core. Whatever that lever did, it can't return them to their chassis as their cores aren't there.
Did he take their cores to do this?
As
Well,
you consider this, Liza comes up to Steve to drag you out and warn you about the earthquake.
moving.
And Lucrid puts his hands on both your shoulders as the rest of these swamp monsters descend on Brad. He holds your shoulders tightly, Walden, looks you dead in the eyes, and says, "We really gotta go."
yeah. Let's go. And I'll turn.
As all of
Is this priest coming or no?
yes.
Okay. Is he like going to keep up? Because if not, I'm picking him up.
He will keep up.
Okay.
Your persuasion was a critical, so he's
Let's
following.
fuck off. To the fuck off mobile, also known as stairs.
Okay, 1 second. As you make your way up the stairs, I'm going to need everyone to make a dexterity save twice.
Two dexterity
You
saves?
can see, so if any of you have something where it means you can see it, you can see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. I'll
So
take him.
that might have advantage.
I'll take him.
Didn't do great on that first one, but okay. 10 on the first, 15 on the second.
$21 and 25.
Nice
Hopefully
down.
that keeps me
George's
alive.
dead.
George's dead.
There we go. That's a much better one.
Oof.
That's
George
fine.
lost a
Give
leg.
me 1 second. We've
No.
got 1, 2, 3 NPCs.
Oh my god.
4.
Oh, I'm really sorry, guys.
If I can use any of my ability to help Auntie Grin, like, I would like to be able to do that.
I'm able to pop off the
will-
healing word or something.
I will give you an insight into what's just happened. As you all hastily, while the earthquake is happening, attempt to get up the staircase and leave this wretched place, you realize that the stairs have in fact come apart slightly at places. A couple of you nearly roll an ankle at the first aspects of climbing back up these stairs as the lighting's low. I'm gonna say, Walden, you you rolled with advantage once, but not the other time. That's one?
Well, you can see because there was the one dexterity save Steve rolled in between. There's the one dexterity save that was 8, and then the second was 10. That was those were supposed to be together or miscollect. So that was 10 for those two for advantage, and then the second set is 15.
Cool. So, Walden, you steady yourself over the first couple of parts. You manage not to delay yourself, but there are a few times when like rubble hits you. You will take 5 bludgeoning damage. Sorry, it's so sad. 5 bludgeoning damage. As like rocks are cascading down and the stairs starting to go. Seto, you are able to steady yourself through all of this and are hurriedly trying to help the others who are starting to lag behind. Jorg, as a barbarian, do you have advantage on dexterity saves?
So, as a barbarian, my advantages are in strength and constitution. I only have a +1 on dex.
What Sage means is that you have the same thing I have. You have danger sense, correct? As one of your features.
Oh, wait. Now that you say that, hold on. Pretty sure I do. Checking right now. That would be in extras, right?
Features and traits.
Or
Features and traits.
Okay, sorry about that.
The class features.
Let's see.
I believe danger sense is Barbarians in general.
Intimidation, perception, got rage. Yep, danger sense.
Cool. So you would actually roll these with advantage because you can see it and it's a dexterity save.
Okay.
So your first roll is a 17.
So yeah, roll 2 more times.
Roll 2 more? Okay.
And then you pick the higher of the two.
All right. 2 more decks. Come on.
You got this.
Yes.
You the boss,
That's much better.
applesauce.
I'll take the 18.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'll do.
Yeah. So for Jorg, that will be an 18, and then I'm gonna say either way there was a high roll in both of those. So a 17 and an 18. Is that okay to everyone else? Because it was either be if you like split it either way, it's either 17 and 18 or
Right.
18 and 17. There's not. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds the same to me.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so for the first part, Jorg, you are able to avoid any rubble and hurry other people along and keep pace. Steve, you are also able to do so. However, when all of you make it to the large crevice-like gap, you realize that some of your companions have been roughed up. However, one of them got a nat 1 on this aspect.
Oh no.
I would like one of you to roll a luck check, which is a percentile dice.
Luck check.
And if you roll high, it'll be the cleric. And if you roll low, it'll either be Liza or Lucrid.
Nah. I'm not doing that. Someone else can do it.
That's on you, JoJo. You show up late, you must end the debate.
Percentile die is a D100.
D100. You got it.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so scared.
May the heart of the cards, aka the heart of the dice, guide us.
Do it up, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Please, please.
Let's go.
Oh. Oh no.
I believe at this stage, it's time to get the luck dice out on my end. The fate dice engaged. I will let you choose whether it is positive, negative, or my problem of who of the loved NPCs is about to critically fall down this chasm.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I will say that any kind of reaction to aid or sort this will engage afterwards, but we first need to decide who it is, as that was a nat 1. And the rest were all 10 or 11, so it really didn't go well for the NPCs.
Just for shits and grins, I'm gonna see what I would have rolled if I tried that again, because I'm pissed off now.
Okay.
That is the fairest D&D impulse. So, yeah, like, let's just say you got the better hand on this one and keep it trucking.
Yeah, I really did.
Fuck.
Let's say, and this is not a judgment on these characters. Let's say Auntie Grin is plus. Let's say Luca is minus.
Well, I didn't know it
Okay.
was. I thought it was Liza and Luca.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because Auntie Grin's not necessary, but more useful for the plot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, also Auntie Grin's being carried.
Yeah.
By
Like,
yeah,
George.
like there's just more reason that you guys would have made sure she didn't go down the hole. The
Oh my
others you might
gosh.
have left to do it.
I thought I was wrong for it, and my heart went right into my butthole. Holy shit. Okay.
Then we'll go plus for Liza, minus for Luke.
Yep.
That's fine by me.
That's fair.
The dice will speak. The dice are cunts.
Oh, fucking goddamn dice.
No, it's worse. The dice came up blank, so I have to choose.
Oh! Oh!
And it's discretional. At discretional, I will say it is Luke.
All right. So I'm gonna try.
How am I
save
gonna
his
explain
ass.
this to the goblins?
Well, you got like grasping vines. You could probably like throw down like a vine rope and like snag.
Will you allow me to shape into a giant spider?
I would allow anything that is a bonus or reaction to help Luke as he starts to fall. A fall speed in D&D is the same as a movement speed of any direction, and therefore is 30 foot pretty much per 6 seconds, which isn't accurate, but that is what we're going to call it, because he would be trying to get any kind of ledge possible. If you successfully have a bonus or a reaction that can help him, then that will be usable. Otherwise, he is currently plummeting. And I will check if he has a spell that can help him, but it's possible he doesn't.
Would a bonus action count?
A bonus or reaction, yes. It's got to be something super quick.
Yeah. My echo essentially. I throw my grappling hook down, and I use my echo to try to hook him with it. Like, it's better maybe a little hurt that we can heal than a lot of dead we'll never find. Like, It's the only option that he could see to think of.
Yeah, nothing.
Right? Nobody has anything else, right? Like,
there's nothing I can do to help him.
That's all. That's my only bonus action.
As all of you turn back, hearing his scream as he starts to fall, most of you are too shocked to do anything. Seto, roll me anything you roll for what was the grappled sleight of hand?
Grapples at a normal attack.
Okay, that's fine.
So, just do this. 20.
A 20 hits. You are able to puncture, I'm going to say, only a tiny bit of the hip, but it's enough that he's able to grab the rope.
Nice.
And not too much of him is like hit as an attack. Roll the damage.
I'll just assume it's like a dagger.
It's got a roll damage thing, so I assume...
Oh, I just rolled the short sword because it's like an attack action. You know what I mean? It's the same for anything I would use. Unless it's a spell. So,
okay.
But I'll just do this. It doesn't matter. I believe that also went with my sneak attack. So let's...
Yeah, so it's an 8.
Okay. Yeah. But oosh. Rough.
You are able to do your on-the-spot plan. You aren't strong enough to lift or even sustain the lift of
York! Or Wally. I guess I'd be screaming for Wally in this case because I know York's hands full. Wally!
Nothing. I don't know what to do.
Just grab me.
You gotta help him lift.
Yeah, at this point, all you gotta do is hold me, baby. Hold me.
Oh, okay. I'll grab you, I guess, and pull.
And the rope.
Yeah, I'll grab the rope.
Liza comes behind Seto in a tug-of-war-like stance, and anchors you as a massive turtle, and calls out, "Darlings, I'm not sure this is ideal. We should definitely pull. Any kind of strength thing, that would be now." As you roll strength saves.
Yeah, so I'm just not even gonna roll the strength save. But you know what? I am.
You need to roll the strength
I'm gonna
save.
do it.
If
I'm gonna
roll
do
a 1,
it.
you roll a 1.
Yep. I was like,
I got a fucking crit.
You bitch! That is the best. That is your like 4th tonight.
We've gotten so many crits.
Holy
it's ridiculous.
shit!
It has
It's
been.
been mad.
I almost jumped through space and time, even though I saw it.
Sorry, what was I supposed to roll? I got
Strength check.
Yeah,
Strength check or strength saving throw?
Is it check?
I think
It's
I
the
said
same
save,
either
but
way.
either is
Save.
fine. Yeah, whichever works.
It wouldn't have mattered for me because it's a crit.
Yeah.
But my shame, there's
All
something to happen.
11.
Uh,
nothing.
because of Walden's fantastic pulling strength, and Liza's superior anchor compared to Seto's middle, you are able to lift Lucred as he clings on for dear life to this like improvised grappling weapon. He comes over to the other side as you guys all heave ho and fall down. Walden is able to ensure that the rope isn't pressed against the face of the rock with that crit, so there's no risk of the rope snapping because you're not under so much pressure to lift it that like you're having to drag it across the rock.
Oh boy.
Walden is so focused on saving and exiting this place that there's something inside of them that blanks out any kind of disturbance other than muscle. As the need to protect and the fear of loss becomes so consuming, you all start to continue heading out. You hold on one sec. Let me position you. The earthquake continues. I'm pretty sure no one crit failed on those other dexterity saves. How'd you do? Yes. Good. As you emerge from the top of the staircase and back into the Warforged factory, the earthquake is really starting to go. You can hear, now you're at the top and you've exited back into the factory, the screams that you heard last time of the townsfolk. They seem almost more afraid now than they were before. The idea of there being 2 earthquakes within 48 hours is terrifying. Luckily, shelters had started to be built in, preparation for any potential aftershocks, which you would have seen as you were like going through the city. You did see them like repairing and stuff. We went through that a little bit. But right now, you guys think you're probably about 60 to 80 seconds away from an earthquake getting into full motion, and you are in a place you already wanted to destroy.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush everybody out. I'm just gonna like yell for people to leave.
Move.
Okay.
We're done with this place. It's over.
Where would you choose to meet back? Because Steve, you're aware that Yen and the goblins and Gruta and Martha have gone back to the goblin kind of slums, because they've got a sanctuary there.
How far is that from here?
It's about 2 hours walk because it's to go through the map. I'll just quickly show you because it'd be easier that way.
Okay.
So the
Warforged,
yeah, we got a map now. I made a map. The Warforged factory, you see the blue domed like big building.
Yeah.
The Warforged factory is like the squares in the cliff face behind it. That's like whereabouts it is. And then the Goblin Ghetto is on the other side, past the plaza, where those tiny little buildings are. Oh. Where like the cliffs are more populated and like the buildings are a lot smaller. That's where the goblins are. So it probably would take you about 2 hours, hour and a half to walk all the way through all of that.
It doesn't fucking. We're gonna.
Bearing in mind that some of these structures, like the cliff faces themselves, are literally almost like 4 miles upwards. Like they are enormous. Like this is a big place.
I don't know.
Well, would you tell?
I mean, I know how to save myself, but that doesn't help me all. Where are we going, guys?
We got to get to the goblins, and
We got to get somewhere now before then because we're about to get an earthquake. So where are we going in the next?
But Crick and Crack have a sanctuary, like it's magical. That's probably one of the only safe places. And now that we're not using it as an opportunity time to fucking break into something, it seems like the safest place.
Well, it's going to take 2 hours to get there, though, right?
2 hours, if
We don't have 2 hours.
I know this might seem a bit of a tense time as like rumbling is happening under your feet, but you had mentioned wanting to destroy this place, dearies.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
I dare say this type of seismic movement might be a prime opportunity as a cover for our actions.
Well, yes, but then where are we going after the safe? After we do that,
I'm good at the demolition part. He said, and he's holding up his gun as it starts to glow with red incantations. Like,
does it feel like this place will be safe during the earthquake?
Give me a intelligence roll.
Intelligence. Just straight up intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
I'm smart.
Good.
Smart.
You think that because this place is kind of like part of the carved cliff faces, staying here is not a great idea for the majority of like an earthquake, right? But if you were to go up afterwards, you guys would be pretty safe in a shelter perspective. Like, your biggest concern is being trapped in here via a landslide more than if you go out, what happens. Like, up's good, and you're in a good place to get up.
Oh, all right, then let's get up.
Fuck is up, and then get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
So I'll use some scorching rays to fucking shoot like the ceilings and weaken them and stuff to make sure they fall.
Okay.
Might I suggest you blow up some forges?
Yeah, like I got some targets I can hit. So yeah.
Because you guys are kind of trying to like gun it and run it, and emphasis on the run it. Make me your spell for Scorching Ray for the furnace, and I'll say that you're really just trying to like damage any of their way of doing stuff.
Yeah, that works.
And like you're not trying to raise the whole place; you're just trying to fuck them up and leave.
Yes.
Cool.
As we're heading out, I'm gonna cast Reduce on the structural beam.
That's one.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, that's a good one.
All right, one of them hits. Oh, one's a crit.
Nice. Okay. Enlarge reduce. If I remember correctly, if it's an object, it doesn't get to choose.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
it does not. It doesn't get to defend.
Cool. In that case, what I'm gonna say is you guys collectively leave as Seto. You don't crit on this one at the back, but you heavily destroy it and fire cascades out around the furnace. And as you guys go to leave, you get a rather shell-shocked Walden out. You get an also rather shell-shocked Auntie Grin out. And the priest who is joining in with the PTSD. Jorg gives a pat on the shoulder to both Seto and Steve, nods, leaves with the other guys to kind of support all this PTSD crowd. And as the both of you let loose your magic, Steve, you reduce all of the supporting beams, and during this earthquake scenario, the whole ceiling is almost starting to crumple. But right before it actually does, Seto, you let out your last ray of scorching ray on this furnace, which engulfs the entire area in flames. But because you guys are fully leaving, you made sure to mention that. You guys are out the exit, but as you do so, the reaction between the level of heat and the level of like destruction taking out every supporting beam did means that this place, like a glass blowing facility, has just become an eternal flame. And Seto, once again, now with Steve's help, has created a fault. This one might not last as long because of the earthquake, but for now, once again, a scar is made on the land in flame.
Oh my! This is a whole theme of our entire campaign.
Yeah, like
I can't believe I got a crit on it. That's insane.
it was such a good move from Steve and a crit from you, and I was like, yeah,
that was honestly that was like 300 IQ bullshit. That was awesome. I love it.
Bro, I'm dead.
That was
you
fucking
guys,
amazing.
I'm not gonna make you roll for all this nonsense. You guys hunker up as the earthquake ensues. You find a good place that's rocky and is unlikely to landslide. This earthquake does seem more of an aftershock earthquake, although you notice that where the Warforged factory is, does seem to indent within the cliff system slightly. You start, like, Steve tells you where Yen and the goblins are, and you start to head back. You kind of still have the priest. I don't know if you know what to do with the priest, but you still have them. As you guys make your way back to the slums, where, to your surprise, there are actually quite a few goblins here, which are not shown.
Wow, I'm here already too.
So it's been a little while. Where,
that could be only one.
Let me just check who's here and who's not.
There can be only one.
Boop. You. Boop. And you. Boop. You. Gosh, don't you just love tokens?
Love tokens.
Right.
Oh no!
It's alright, you're already there. Right. Yeah, you make your way back, and it's weird to you. Like, the goblin slums haven't been hit at all. You roll me a perception check, everyone.
Okay.
Would the 21 passive from what's his nuts get anything? Just out of curiosity.
It depends what he's got a 21 anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well done, Dice. Answer the question. All right. Thank you very much, Dice. I appreciate you.
It didn't come through for me?
What the...
Okay.
18 for me.
Okay, you see that the goblins are almost celebrating the destruction of the rest of Hanka. You can't break what's already broken, and the slums have been fucked up from the beginning, so they're kind of like having this really weird anti-celebration, because for once, the goblins are now in the same social standing to do with their housing as everyone else in Hanka, and nobody has a solid building to call home. And it is the first time in a lot of these goblins' lives that they've been in the same position as the priests. So, in this really weird way, this isn't a bad thing to these goblins. Most of their houses were sticks and leather and tents. These guys have a better house than some of the people that would spit on them. They're fucking loving it. Like, and you guys, like, have gone through such a traumatizing, like, 4 hours that this is weird, but somehow cathartic. Like, it's almost like, although this isn't a hero's welcome for you because they didn't know it was you that helped make this happen, there's a sense that the good impact you're having by taking down like evil will affect the world in ways that you won't see. And you think back to the ring and wonder what other consequences that will have. And we will end the session there. You guys are level 8.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Seto takes part in the Schadenfreude shindig. Like,
Yeah, right.
I don't know what else to call that, but whew, this session though. Woo! All right.
It's a good one.
All right,
This
everybody.
is
This has been the Hill of Bones, and
Hills have bones.
holy shit! Remember, life happens in every direction. Let's be kind to one another. Roll with those 1s and 20s, and we kept getting 20s. All right.
There were a lot of
There was so many. All right, but thanks for being with us. We'll join us next time with a new friend.